Welcome to What's Buzzing with Jason Busbin. Today is April 11th. So today, for our video, we have a few podcast tips and tricks and apps for you to try out. We have a few Blackboard tools and apps that you may not already be using, but definitely should. And then lastly, we have a curious cheetah encounter for today's stinger. In this week's Hacks and Snacks, we scoured the internet and found the best productivity podcast with apps and tools that you can check out. Nick Loper hosts an entrepreneurial podcast where he goes over different things that he recommends for money making, but in one of his podcasts, he asked all of his entrepreneur friends to recommend the apps and tools and productivity tips that they use every day. The podcast is about an hour long, but if you don't feel like listening to it, it is a good listen, but if you don't feel like listening to it, scroll to the bottom and they have the list of all of the apps that they talk about inside the podcast. In this week's Microbytes, I wanted to share a few tools and settings inside Blackboard that you may not be using but definitely should. First up is the review status. This allows you to have the students mark whether or not they've reviewed a document or a posting that you've made. This is good for things like your orientation page or maybe your syllabus. Next up is adaptive release. This allows you to ensure users complete modules or lessons in the order that you designed. You can restrict access for folders or modules based on review status, grades, or just an attempt. Lastly is the date management tool. This tool allows you to manage all of the dates in a single course page. Use this when you copy over a template or a course shell and need to shift all of your dates to match the current term. And for this week's stinger, we have a guy who went on a safari for spring break and encountered a curious cheetah. The look on his face is just priceless. So enjoy the video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.